My 27F brother-in-law tried to seduce me at my sister's birthday party. When I told her about it, she slapped me and called me jealous. I never thought I'd be the villain in my own sister's story, but here we are. Growing up, Elena was always the bright one. The loud laugh, the camera magnet, the girl everyone wanted to be around. I was the quieter one, bookish, observant, the background music to her spotlight. And that was okay. I never needed attention. I just wanted peace of mind. And as I built my life, I found just that, with a side of no drama. Until one day my sister decided that she would betray me in one of the worst ways possible. Elena married Travis 2 years ago. He was charming in that slick, too smooth kind of way. Big smiles, firm handshakes, always the first to raise a toast. He had an answer for everything. At first, I thought I was just being judgmental. Paranoid. But that was before I saw the cracks. The night everything unraveled was Elena's birthday. It was an upscale event that was held at a rooftop lounge with ambient lighting, overpriced drinks, and a hired photographer pretending everyone was famous. I wore the emerald wrap dress Elena once complimented at a wedding. Silly, maybe, but I thought she'd notice. I wanted to show up for her. Maybe remind her we were still sisters beneath all the noise of our parents' favoritism and her popularity. Now I wish I hadn't gone to that stupid party. The evening was dizzying. Music pulsing through the floor, fake laughs echoing off glass walls, people posing for photos like it was the Met Gala. I felt like a ghost in a crowded dream. Around 10, I stepped out onto the balcony to escape. The night air was sharp and cool, a relief against my flushed skin. The city lights blurred into a soft, golden haze below. I closed my eyes and tried to center myself. That's when I heard the door slide open behind me. I sighed in annoyance. So much for escape. There were footsteps behind me. Then a familiar voice. Well, Travis said, leaning beside me on the railing. If it isn't the birthday girl's beautiful little sister. I forced a polite smile. Hey. Party's great. I responded, ignoring his compliment. He took a slow sip of his drink, the ice clinking like tiny bells. You always do that, you know. I turned slightly. Do what? Play humble. Pretend you don't know how good you look. I blinked. Excuse me? He stepped closer. I could feel the heat coming off of him now, and not the kind that made you feel safe. Elena's gorgeous, sure, he murmured, but if I'd met you first, his words trailed off. His eyes were scanning me now, lingering far too long. I felt my stomach twist. You're drunk, Travis. Go back inside and get some water. He smirked. Not drunk enough to lie. You've always had this quiet fire. Drives me crazy. And then, he reached out and touched my hair. Slid his fingers behind my ear like we were in some slow-motion rom-com. My body locked up. The world narrowed to that one invasive touch. Don't, I said, yanking away. My voice was low, but trembling. Don't ever touch me. But he just laughed. Low and smug. Come on, sweetheart. Don't act like you haven't thought about it. I shoved past him, heart slamming against my ribs, panic crawling up my throat. I felt filthy, like I'd been rolled in oil. I found Elena laughing near the cake table, wearing a crown of gold ribbon, basking in attention. I pulled her aside, hand gripping her wrist harder than I meant to. What the hell, what's wrong? She asked, frowning. Travis just hit on me, I whispered. On the balcony. He touched me. Said I was the prettier sister. Her eyes froze. For 1 second, just one, she almost looked like she believed me. Then her face contorted. You are so pathetic, she spat. Her hot breath hit my face, the stench of tequila followed along with it. You just couldn't let me have this night, could you? Elena, I'm trying to protect you. You've always been jealous of me. Ever since high school. You can't stand that I have something you don't. My eyes stung. This isn't about. Crack. She slapped me so hard my teeth rattled. Gasps rang out behind us. The DJ's music skipped. Just like in the movies when things are about to go down. Everything was quiet. I stood there, cheek burning, eyes locked with hers. Her face was pure fury. Like I had ruined everything. Like I had betrayed her. I should have struck her back. I should have defended myself. But I didn't. I was too stunned. Only one thing was computing. I needed to get out of there. I walked out of the party without another word. I couldn't breathe until I was 5 blocks away, and even then I didn't stop crying. Update. Hey Reddit, all this happened a week ago. All this time I've just been laying low. Keeping to myself. Each day felt heavier than the last. I didn't eat much. I barely slept. I called out of work, just cashed out all of my personal time. I turned my phone off entirely on the 3rd day because the notifications just wouldn't stop. Her friends. Mutual acquaintances. Even distant relatives posting thinly veiled shade about jealous siblings and attention seekers who ruin birthdays. It felt like I was living in a nightmare I couldn't wake up from. Then, late last night, my phone rang. The number was blocked. I almost didn't answer. But some part of me, maybe the part that still held a shred of hope, picked up. Hello? There was silence at first. A breath. Then. It's me. It was Elena. My spine stiffened. What do you want? Her voice cracked. I was at the venue earlier today. I needed to ask them about the final payment on the catering, and I asked about security footage because I thought one of my earrings went missing. They sent all the footage from that night, including from the balcony. I felt my heart drop. I watched it, she said, her voice shaking. I saw you step away. I saw him lean in. I saw your face. You were scared. I didn't say anything. My chest ached with a quiet fury I hadn't yet put into words. I was wrong, she whispered. God, I was so wrong. You were telling the truth. I slapped you. I humiliated you in front of everyone. Her voice broke completely, and I could hear her sobbing softly through the receiver. I'm so sorry. I don't know how to fix it. You can't, I said, finally. Not right now. She begged me to talk more. To meet up. I told her I needed space and I hung up the phone. I didn't even say goodbye. Did I feel better being vindicated? Yes, I did, but am I ready to forgive? No, I'm not. This wasn't a silly squabble over eating the last cookie. She assaulted me and humiliated me. I will never live that down. How can I ever show my face in front of those people again? Am I wrong, Reddit, or did she go too far? Update. I have another update for you. This one is a little juicy. It has been 2 weeks. Yesterday Elena showed up at my apartment. I recognized the knock before I even opened the door. That soft, hesitant triple tap we used as kids. 3 quick raps, then a pause. When I opened it, Elena looked like she hadn't slept in days. Her hair was in a messy bun, her eyes red and puffy, lips cracked, hoodie several sizes too big. She held a plastic grocery bag in her left hand. Can I come in? She asked quietly. I hesitated, but stepped aside. She dropped the bag near my entryway and sat on the edge of the couch like someone in shock. Like her body was here, but her mind was still somewhere else. He left me, she said. What? I asked. Travis. He's gone. I came home yesterday and half the condo was empty. His clothes, his laptop, our savings account all gone. He changed the locks this morning. I had to crawl in through the doggy door just to get a few things. She swallowed hard. When I finally tracked him down through one of his coworkers. I learned he's with someone. A girl from his gym, and she's 5 months pregnant. He's moved in with her. My breath caught. I may be upset with her, but that's horrible. My heart ached for my sister. He knew I wanted a baby. I've been doing these hormone shots for months. We were about to start IVF. And now he's just, she blinked back tears. Living like none of it mattered. She looked at me then, full of raw regret. I was so cruel to you. You tried to protect me, and I made you the villain. I don't even deserve to sit here. No, I said quietly. You don't. She wiped her eyes with her sleeve. I just don't know who I am without him. You'll find out, I said. But it won't be with my help. I knew why she had come. I knew her well. She wanted to stay with me. My sister had no job, she considered herself a trophy wife. Travis paid for everything. I'd been telling her for years to get some sort of independence from him, but she always scoffed at me. Now look at her. I have nowhere to go, she whimpered. Yes you do, you have friends, we have family. I've tried but none of them have the room. That's unfortunate, Elena, but no, you can't stay here. I don't want you here. You have the room, she snapped. I live in a small studio apartment downtown. It's not exactly spacious. Yes, for me, I responded, finality in my voice. She stood up quickly. I can't believe you're doing this, all because of what happened at the party. I'm in serious trouble, you need to grow up. I was done. I was tired of trying to defend my decision, tired of trying to get people to be my side. I was tired of people saying I was overreacting. I had made up my mind. If they were going to say to hell with my feelings, well, to hell with them. I walked to the door. I'm not ready to forgive, and right now I don't want her in my space. You need to leave, Elena, and take your bag with you. She stormed to my door and opened it. I no longer have a sister, just a bitch I used to call my sister, was the last words she spoke before slamming my door. Final update. I chose myself. That last time was not the final time she came to my apartment. 3 days later, she was in front of my door again. It was raining in hard cold sheets. Elena was soaked through and shivering. I don't have anywhere else, she said, her voice barely audible over the storm. I've been crashing on Jen's couch, but she just had her baby and her boyfriend doesn't want me around. She looked so small. So defeated. Just a few nights. Please. I stood in the doorway, hands clenched. I get that you're sorry, I said slowly. But sorry doesn't unslap me in front of 100 people. It doesn't erase the text your friends sent me. It doesn't rebuild the trust you crushed. She nodded, her lip trembling. I know. I know all of that. I didn't think he'd really. I thought he loved me. Well, more about her and her problem. It's never about me. I looked at her, truly looked at her. Not as my sister. Not as someone broken. But as the person who had once chosen someone else's lie over my truth. Who watched me walk away that night like I was the problem. I'm not your safety net, I said. Her face collapsed in pain. I hope you find healing, Elena. I really do. But I can't be the one to carry you there. And I shut the door. This time, it didn't hurt. I made myself tea. I curled up with a blanket and turned on an old comfort movie. The rain beat gently on the windows. For the first time in years, I chose myself. And I slept peacefully. It's been months now. I had to block so many numbers, but finally everyone has gotten the message. I don't know for sure if I will never forgive my sister, but right now I believe I made the right choice.